Thanks for joining us. We start with some sad news confirmed through the city of Plymouth. The city's former police chief has died unexpectedly due to a medical incident he suffered on Tuesday. Mike Goldstein retired in 2021 following a law enforcement career that spanned more than 30 years. Goldstein devoted nearly his entire life to the city of Plymouth. He grew up there, joined Plymouth's first class of police explorers, and ended up joining the police department as a full-time officer in 1990. He became police chief in 2004. As we went to air Wednesday, this was a developing story. We'll have more details as they become available at ccxmedia.org. In other news, about 2,000 students in the Osseo area school district will be headed to new schools starting in the fall of 2026. The Osseo area school board approved new attendance boundaries for its elementary and middle schools this week. District officials say demographic changes were a main factor in changing the boundaries. Student populations in Maple Grove have increased. With a new school under construction, the district needed to make adjustments. The district has a search tool to find where your student will go. We'll have a link at ccxmedia.org. In Brooklyn Center, an annual event aimed to help local veterans find jobs.
Veterans bring so much to the table. Hiring veterans is not goodwill, it's good business.
The Heritage Center of Brooklyn Center hosted the 19th annual Veterans Career Fair. More than 100 employers have opportunities aimed at veterans, current service members, military spouses, and Gold Star families. Organizers say the employers at this fair are hand-picked, which means they have jobs available, offer competitive wages, and have a track record of hiring veterans.
They are great project managers. They know how to lead. They work with diverse populations. They travel around the world. They communicate well. When you hire veterans, you have an instant leadership right there, and they follow orders. They have can-do attitude. All the tangibles, all the skills that a business looking for are found in the veterans.
Minnesota's unemployment rate is currently at 3.2%, which is lower than the nationwide average of 4.2%. A new pharmacy fulfillment center is bringing nearly 200 jobs to Brooklyn Park. Walgreens will open a micro-fulfillment center located off Winnetka Avenue, near the border with Champlin. It uses robotic technology to process prescriptions. About 13 million prescriptions will be processed at the facility each year for 200 Walgreens stores. It is one of 12 micro-fulfillment Walgreens has built nationwide. Last year, the company announced plans to close about 1,200 of its stores over 3 years. The Crystal Walgreens closed in January. The Yale Budget Lab says 2025 tariffs will disproportionately affect the clothing industry, but shopping secondhand locally could be one solution to those higher costs. I spoke with some thrift stores to find out what they're seeing. It's a sound that to some might be grating, others satisfying. The creak of a shopper shuffling through the racks.
I think people get dopamine from finding fun pieces.
At Ark's Value Village in New Hope,
So we've got seasonal.
personal stylist Sarah Colvin is very familiar with that search.
Honestly, I'll come in here on a Monday, and then by the time I'm back here on a Saturday, I feel like the whole store is turned over.
The Busy Shop's proceeds go to a nonprofit that supports people with intellectual disabilities. Besides this beneficiary, Ark's Value Village also specializes in deals.
I think we're all feeling the pinch of the economy, so being able to find great pieces for less.
That can make a big difference on a strained budget. As costs go up outside, they stay down in thrift stores.
We haven't seen like a huge uptick in people coming in, but it's consistently busy.
Still, tariffs are just starting to hit the textile industry, and one way to curb it is to shop secondhand. Over at Prism's Shop for Change in Golden Valley, they're seeing an upward trend as well.
We're seeing more shoppers, we're seeing higher carts coming through.
Advancement Director Alicia Weiss says they're anticipating that outside prices will go up.
Groceries, household necessities.
So consequently, more shoppers in their store.
Every dollar that we earn goes directly back into our programs.
In past years, Weiss has seen the shop bring in $300,000 each year for Prism's programs, like its food shelf.
Times are hard and families are living paycheck to paycheck. We know that Shop for Change is a great resource for the community and a way for them to get the items that they need most.
In both cases, more shoppers means help for the people the nonprofits serve, and more support means more finds within the racks. Both stores also take donations most days of the week. We'll post more details at ccxmedia.org. After a relatively dry month of May, this week's significant rainfall has brought us closer to the average. New Hope weather watcher Steve Reckers says the Northwest Metro usually receives about 4.5 inches of rain in May, but we were well below that total for much of the month. After measuring rain totals from the last few days, Reckers says we're now at 3.6 inches of precipitation in May. He says a multi-day weather event providing this much moisture doesn't happen often.
I was looking back at 91, 99, 2006, and all three of those Mays had multi-day storms that exceeded 3 inches, 3.5. One was over 4.5.
And if you're sick of all the rain, Reckers said it should be all over by Thursday. Finally, this segment, all the rain we've gotten over the past couple of days led to some life-saving heroics in Brooklyn Center. Brooklyn Center police rescued 11 ducklings who were swept into a storm drain on Tuesday. Officers borrowed a fishing net from a nearby homeowner to scoop up the frightened fowl and reunite them with their mother. Brooklyn Center posted about this rescue mission on their social media channels and used it as an opportunity to let people know that the department is hiring police officers and apprentice candidates. Meanwhile, officers tell us they rescued 4 more ducklings from a storm drain on Wednesday.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Wayzata and Orono have won the past 3 Class 2A boys state tennis championships. The Spartans won back in 2022, while the Trojans are the 2-time reigning state champs. Both programs met up in this year's Section 5AA title match. Ches Moots has the highlights.
Rain forced the Section 5 2A championship to be played inside at Inner City Tennis in Minneapolis. First singles, Aaron Badoon, great serve and great forehand return. The senior had to work for it, but he earned a 6-3, 6-4 win over Anthony Perrell. Another entertaining match was a court over in second singles. Ethan Turnan and Quinn Martini, some great hustle on this point from Turnan. Gives himself a chance, Martini can't return it. Turnan also won 6-3, 6-4. In first doubles, Jacob Salisbury back for the Trojans. The senior has been battling injuries all spring. Nice point near the back line. Salisbury was paired up with Rishi Ranjith. The duo took care of business, winning 6-0, 6-2. Ranjith with the volley there. Over in second doubles, Nolan Badoon paired up with Tommy Prodzinski. Both Badoon and Prodzinski relentless up front at the net for this point. They've been dominant all season. Later on in the second set, Badoon with the serve, Prodzinski cleaning things up front. They take a 6-2, 6-0 win. Wayzata sweeps Orono 7-zip. The Trojans take home a 3rd straight section title.
A great team performance all around. We all trusted in each other and made sure that we could dominate today. And the last couple of times we played them, it was 6-1. So it was finally good to get that sweep 7-0 this year.
In Minneapolis, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
The regular season ends this week in the first season of MSHSL boys volleyball. Wayzata finished with the late conference match at home. The Trojans taking on Minnetonka in the regular season finale for Wayzata. Off the Minnetonka serve, Jacob Aslanishvili passes to Connor Voss, who sets up Kai Westman for the attack and kill. It's an 8-6 Trojans lead in the first set. But the Skippers come back. Tyler Flom sets the ball to Sam Kochavara, puts it away. Minnetonka wins the first set 25-23. Set 2, the ball hit by Tonka's Max Barrett from the left side is not returned. It's a good start for Minnetonka. They're up 7-3 in the second. The Trojans rally and take the lead. Aslanishvili with a strong attack off hands and out. Wayzata wins the final 4 points of the set and takes it 25-21. Third set, the quick set by Voss to Jack Newthalls, who pounds it home for a point. Wayzata up 8-6. Later, it's Voss for the block and another Trojans point. They win set 3, 25-16 to go up 2-1. Set 4, Jay Wu times his jump perfectly and gets the block. Trojans up by 7. Mario Murrow gets the final swing of the night, pounding this one home for match point as Wayzata wins in 4 sets. The Trojans are now 14-8 on the season. The Totino Grace baseball team had dropped 3 of its past 4 games coming into the week. A strong Eagles team looked to get back on the right track on Monday. Chaz Moots has the highlights.
It was a windy and cold one at Palm Field in St. Anthony Village. Totino Grace baseball and SAV, 2 of the top teams in 3A. Jump to the top of the 3rd, DeMarco Cognetta drops a base hit to shallow left field. That got a run home, 2-0 TG in front. Bottom 3, Axel Ballman. This was just the 3rd hit of the game at that point for the Huskies, but later on, Joey Terhar shuts things down. Terhar went 6 innings, 5 strikeouts, just 3 hits allowed. Terhar got some help in the 4th. Colin Blake chopper back to the pitcher. The throw to 3rd goes wide left. Terhar scores. Later in the 4th, Tommy Heifert, who had a solo homer in the 1st inning. Here he has a hit to first base. Heifert is out, but he brings in another run, 4-0 TG. The Eagles brought their A game defensively as well. Terhar forcing the ground ball. Blake at short takes it himself for the double play. That ends the 4th. Skipping ahead to the 7th inning, Jake Rance with a base hit to right. Later in the inning, a low pitch would get Cognetta home. The Eagles shut out SAV 5-zip. In St. Anthony, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.